Nina, where does Winnie the Pooh live?
Deep in the 100-acre woods.
Tooch, do the next line.
I don't know it.
You don't know it?
We've been over this. I'm not a Pooh thing.
Plays.
It's a Sherman Brothers song.
Who?
You know, the Sherman
The
Brothers.
Sherman Brothers, who wrote all the Disney songs at that era.
Listen, I am not going to be on my game this episode, I can already tell.
Okay.
Right. Nina and I will take over.
I know I can give I have a Pooh history I can give, so fear not.
Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm Nicky.
I'm Nina.
And I'm going to try not to laugh at the word Pooh too much. And I'm Tooch.
His name is Tooch. And this week, which the week is the week of November 3rd, 2014, we were talking about Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, and the Pooh franchise at large, but we're going to focus mainly on that movie.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, Nina, what news do you got for us?
Okay, so the first most exciting piece of news I have is that Frederator and Sony Pictures are teaming up to find a new wave of animation talent. They want submissions. Sony Pictures, blah blah blah. They're creating Go Cartoons, a new idea incubator project that will provide emerging artists an incredible opportunity, a chance to turn their ideas into animated shorts that will debut on Fred's Cartoon Hangover YouTube channel with its more than 1.3 million subscribers. And then Sony Pictures Animation will fund 12 5-minute animated shorts, one premiering every month on Cartoon Hangover. And one of these shorts will then become a limited series for the channel.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then this in turn will bring promising talent and animated content to the attention of Sony Pictures Animation through an alternative development method. So yeah, this sounds very interesting.
Now, the one thing that I've been trained to keep an eye out for, any word in that article about creators retaining rights. Because it's very possible that Sony would just then own it. So if you submit, so if they get it, or even if you submit, it's possible that you won't be able to do anything with it without the say-so of Sony. So it seems like a cool idea in many regards, but if you're thinking about submitting, do your research first.
Well, there is an FAQ. Let's read the FAQ.
Let's read it.
Well, I mean, does the creator of a show have the rights to these shows?
Usually no.
Usually not.
Yeah, it's the network. So why would it be different?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes if you even submit it, you could lose the rights.
Oh yeah, like for a pitch, if they accept your pitch, you're not allowed to pitch that after a certain amount of time, even if they don't like your idea. Like, that's also pretty commonplace.
Okay, may I pitch my idea somewhere else if my cartoon isn't chosen, or am I signing over all my rights to you? If Frederator and Sony Pictures Animation opt not to produce your cartoon, the studio will assume no rights to your work.
Oh, good.
So if you pitch it and they don't want it, you can have it. So no risk, I would say.
Well,
for the
less
most
risk
part
than usual.
I mean, there's always risks when doing something like this.
Because what could happen is that, they pick it for one of the 12, you get the pilot up on there, and then nothing else can ever happen from it.
Yeah.
That's a risk.
That's a big risk. And a few years ago, I would say that's just the industry, but as more independent stuff, as independent stuff is getting easier and easier to do, you have options as an artist now. So if you're comfortable with that risk, go for it. But if you're super gung ho about keeping your shit, don't quote unquote sell out, as the kids would say. But otherwise, totally sell out.
It's not even selling out; it's signing it away.
Yeah.
I think that's the most accurate, least loaded way to put it. Do your homework and make your own decisions.
Mm-hmm. Well, they haven't.
But I, for one, on the non-creative side, because I'm a talentless schlub, am looking forward to seeing some cool cartoons from a bunch of talented nobodies.
Oh, hella.
They do invite people that if there's a question you have that is not covered, they give you a direct email and they say that it will be responded to. There's 2 people on that. The email is gocartoons@frederator.com, and one of our development team members, either Eric Homan or Kelsey Caletges, will respond in short order. So if you are curious about that risk, you can definitely ask them.
All right,
or anything else.
I would recommend any people who submit to this project or any other similar project to ask those kinds of questions. They're very important.
Yeah, totally.
Hey.
What else you got?
Alrighty. So those of you might have remembered the Moon Animate Makeup community project that happened earlier this year. It was a group of sort of independent animators from all over the internet that sort of each of them took like a few second segment from an episode of Sailor Moon and reanimated it, and they sliced it all together, and it was just this really fun, cool project.
That's called an exquisite corpse, right?
Sure. I guess it is a kind of exquisite corpse.
Wait, is this a term?
Yes.
Yeah, like, you remember that thing
It's
that
a writing
Cartoon Network...
experiment or an art experiment where you write a sentence and then you give the sentence to someone next to you and they write the next sentence in the story.
Amazing.
Or it could be like a drawing.
It's called that because it's like a Frankenstein. You know, it's a bunch of different pieces that come from different sources. Like, do you remember that Cartoon Network thing with the cool chiptune song from last summer? They actually still use it. It was all in, what's that art thing? Not RGB, the other one. MCKY?
Yeah.
That thing. It had the cool chiptune song, and I declared it the #1 jam of the summer. Everybody knows this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an exquisite corpse.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of different people animated different parts of that.
Cool.
So anyway, this project is, you can find it on YouTube on different places. It's really cool. But the announcement is that they're going to do another one in 2015. So if you want to participate, you will be assigned I want to say maybe like a 30-second segment of an episode of Sailor Moon to reanimate. Just sort of look up Moon Animate Makeup's Tumblr page, and they have all their contact information if you are curious about that. But more information will be released later, but that's just something to look forward to.
Yeah, that seems cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And that you don't have to worry about losing the rights because you already don't have them.
Alrighty, so some DreamWorks news. A new head of current programming was named. Kelly Kulchak has been appointed the newly created role of head of current program at DreamWorks Animation's TV division. The job will task Kulchak with supervising the production of all series, adding up to nearly 1,200 episodes of original animated shows, including the upcoming All Hail King Julian and VeggieTales in the House. So I guess VeggieTales is coming back and DreamWorks owns that. Kulchak has worked previously on the comedy Psych and Man Up, and has had prior positions SVP of development for Worldwide Pants, as well as development and current programming roles at Fox, Gracie Films, and the WB Network.
Did you say Worldwide Pants?
That's what it says.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page.
I mean, Pants is P-A-N-T-S, right? I'm not having a stroke.
Yeah, no, it's a real production company. I've seen it around.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we have a new person handling DreamWorks shows, and they're trying to come up with like a Netflix slate and other things like that. So hopefully there'll be some interesting things and not just TV show versions of their movies, which aren't very good.
Penguins.
Penguins.
And then a movie of the Penguins based on the movie.
But not played by the same actors who played them in the Penguin show.
Why?
Well, in the Penguin show, I assume... Is it the same actors who played him in the movies, at least?
I think so.
But I would hope so, because I can understand not getting the same guys for TV. I mean,
yeah, well, because John DiMaggio was one of the Penguins, and he was like, I really want to be in the movie, but I'm not going to be in the movie. So, yeah.
I want to be in the movies!
It's okay, John. Maybe Adventure Time's finally big enough someday.
Alrighty, so then we have some news about a Northern Ireland-based animation company, Jam Media. They're based in Dublin, and they announced that they are planning to double their workforce from 40 to 80 in 2015. This company has received 2 BAFTA Award nominations for its CBB show Roy, a hybrid series which follows cardboard cutout cartoon character Roy and his everyday struggles living in the real world. The show is nominated in both the drama and writer categories of the British Academy's annual Children's Awards. So this kind of looks like an interesting show, and they might seem like an interesting company. So if they're upping their workforce, that means that they're planning to do more. Obviously 40 is a very small little firm, so hopefully we'll see some stuff coming out of them that's available outside of the UK in the future.
Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Yeah, probably not. Well, if you're a UK listener, maybe you'll really like Roy. Tell us about Roy. Is Roy any good?
If you're a Canadian listener, maybe you get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys hang out, right? Your 2 countries.
They celebrate. Canada celebrates Boxing Day, so I assume they're still tight. That's how I gauge UK relations. Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Don't ask us about international affairs, because Boxing Day is our reference.
Don't ask us about national affairs. Ask us about cartoons, please.
Okay.
Nothing else. It's all we're authorities on, and barely.
Yep.
We're only authorities by metric that we made the podcast. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
To make a podcast.
Yeah, well, yeah, we made it, but so we're the authority. Who watches The Watchmen? No one, and now we're The Watchmen.
Yep.
Yay.
Don't fight the system, become it.
Good lessons for everyone. Alrighty. So, next announcement I want to say is more about sort of promoting this work. It's Giovanni's Island gets Oscar qualifying run. Production IG, the Japanese studio behind A Letter to Momo, has announced it will present an Academy Award qualifying screening of its latest 2D animated feature, Giovanni's Island. The movie is directed by Mizuho Nishikubo and is co-produced by the Japan Association of Music Enterprises. It is set during and just after World War II and follows 2 young Japanese brothers living on a northern island, the possession of which is contested by the Soviets. And then the boys befriend a young Russian girl, and then they have to overcome language barriers, history, and politics. There is a trailer of it online, and it looks really fascinating. And hopefully, if they're doing a special Academy Award qualifying screening, that means it'll be coming to a more widely released screening at some point.
Yeah. I mean, an Academy Award screening just means it has to be shown in some theater in LA once.
Yeah, they're showing it Friday, November 7th at the Lamela Town Center 5 in Encino, LA. So if you know what that is and you live in LA...
I think Encino's where Patchy the Pirate lives.
Maybe. But yeah.
I know that we just said that we don't know jack squat about international affairs. But aren't some of those islands still contested?
I mean...
I think that might still be true.
It still might be a thing. Like, I really would like to see this story because it's a story that not a lot of people outside of the area really know anything about. And, you know, leave it to movies to teach me things about the world.
Yeah. Always a good idea.
I mean, it looks beautiful. Like, it looks really gorgeous, and I really want to see it. So hopefully this means that it will be released widely if it gets past the qualifying run. Otherwise, I'll be sad.
Mm-hmm. We can only hope.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have a new announcement of a brand new animation studio production house that's emerging called ZAG. It's a joint venture of Ham Sabin, who's the chairman and CEO of Sabin Capital Group, founder of Sabin Brands, Chris Columbus, Michael Barthanan.
I hate that guy. Oh, a new one.
And Jeremy Sag. This professional quartet quartet. I don't even know what I'm saying. This professional corridor will lead the studio in developing, producing, and distributing global family entertainment, including one 3D animated film and one CG live-action hybrid film per year starting in 2017. And it'll be operating out of Glendale, California. The studio already has a slate of 10 original films in development. Their first feature, Melody, will be fully animated in CG, and then will be followed by a hybrid flick called Ghost Force, and then an animated movie called Abominable. So they seem to have a plan.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot for a new studio to be planning on, but hey, hope they do well. Hope they do good stuff.
I hope they're good movies.
Yeah.
I mean, if the movies don't do well, I think their plan might fall apart. I think that's how that works.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of ambitious, 2 a year for a brand new studio.
Yeah, maybe who was the first guy? Maybe he's just got a lot of money.
I guess. This Zag guy.
It sounds like a freaking
Entertainment.
like 60s Batman onomatopoeia pop up on the screen when he punches a dude. Zag!
That's what I got for this week.
Alright, and of course, Homestar Runner updated with their first proper Halloween tune since 2009, so 5 years. And the costumes were fucking insane.
Yeah, they were pretty great.
I yelled holy crap at the screen like 3 times. I was born in 1991. I have no right to be able to recognize Strong Bad's costume.
I recognized it, but I have no context. The image of it was like, that's a thing.
Did you get Bubs?
I forget what Bubs was.
Bubs was Cochise. From
Oh,
Sabotage.
I didn't, just because, like, Sabotage was such a giant cop cliche. I looked at Bubs' costume and went, which 1970s cop show is this? And
That was
it
my dad
Sabotage.
watching it. The only one my dad got was Mac Tonight. I thought he would at least get Pale Man, but no, he's not. He hasn't seen that movie. Then again, neither have I, but I still got it.
Oh, yeah, Pale Man was great.
That's great.
Yeah, Nina hasn't seen it.
Nope.
Because apparently she wants to disappoint me.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I guess I should have told you.
Yeah, I mean...
I forgot that not everybody operates on my same wavelength. Alright,
Sorry.
so... No, yeah, okay.